Go to shout out to the moon, we ain't never going under. It's gonna hit some old time sucker. Why after why we ain't never got us up, made it to the top floor, but we started from the.
Coming up, the Bengals and Bears square off for just the 12th time since 1972. Chicago can even up the series at 6 wins apiece. And you'll see all the action right here on EA Sports.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, now in his 17th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, is a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round. And then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. A give to Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down.
Straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On second down, it's Jones. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Rodgers now on first down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bears offense ready to go to work here for the first time, leading them out, the 11th overall pick of the 2021 draft, Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
And just a few years after the Bears made a big move at quarterback, taking Mitchell Trubisky, they did it again this year, moving from number 20 to number 11 in the draft to select Justin Fields out of Ohio State. This offense was just 26th in total yardage last year, so they needed some production. Justin Fields, 63 touchdown passes his last 2 years at Ohio State. They're expecting him to be their guy for the future.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Here's 2nd and 10. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Fields on 3rd down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception, Fields. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Cooper was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Fields. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. They find some open field here. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Fields. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 24 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Fields rolling to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now a throw here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Eluding the pressure right. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big pickup of 38. Now a first down throw, Fields. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up second down. Back to throw, Fields. They've got his man, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Robbie Anderson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. On first down, Rodgers. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here's second and a yard. The final shot before half for Rodgers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just lob one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
The Bengals out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Here's Hardman to return. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Fields. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be out right at the 35. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Second down and 3. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 20, 10, for touchdown, Chicago. Jalen Waddle with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 40-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Touchdown. Corey Davis, 40 yards. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
They'll run on first down. Lockett. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Bengals 18-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields.
Completes it right side to Cooper. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Amari Cooper, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now Rodgers.
He's got his target. It's Humphries. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And again, it's Rodgers. He's got Jack Doyle. Not much there, only a yard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, it's Jones. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Seems pretty obvious defensive. Key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a... And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Lockett. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Right back to him on first down. And he's got room. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. An old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 11, a little over 20 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's got Dorsett complete. And he's brought down at midfield. So the first play of the drive, not only do they get the 1st down, but a big chunk of yardage. And looking pretty good here. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was real.